Alrighty, I got a treat for you guys today. Today I'm going to be showing off my Scarlet and Violet 151 Master Set, plus a few extra cards that I threw in there and some other things. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So as you can see, I set up my binder a little bit differently than a traditional Master Set. I really wanted to show off the first generation starters at the very beginning. Later on in the video, we'll go into kind of a deep dive on some specific special illustration rare cards, but yeah, let's jump in. So we have our Bulbasaur line, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. And we have our Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise. We have our Caterpie evolution line, our Weedle evolution line, and Pidgey evolution line, our Rattata Eradicate, Spearow, Fearow, and Ekans to Arbok EX, our Nidoran female evolution line, Pikachu, Raichu, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Clefairy, Clefable, our Nidoran male evolution line, Vulpix, Ninetales EX, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff EX, Zubat, Golbat, Oddish, all the way to Vileplume, our Paris, Parasect, Venonat, Venomoth, Diglett, Dugtrio, our Poliwag evolution line, Meowth, Persian, Psyduck, Golduck, Mankey, Primeape, and our Abra to Alakazam EX evolution line. We have our Machop to Machamp, Bellsprout to Victreebel, Geodude to Golem EX, Growlithe to Arcanine, Tentacool to Tentacruel, Ponyta to Rapidash, our Slowpoke and Slowbro, and then our Farfetch'd. Now all of these are the reverse holo to start with. I have my commons all the way in the back of this binder. So we have our Magnemite, Magneton, Doduo, Dodrio, Seal, Dugong, Ghastly to Gengar evolution line, Grimer, Muck, Shelder, Cloyster, Drowsy to Hypno, Krabby to Kingler, and we have our Onix there at the bottom. We have our Voltorb to Electrode, Execute, Executor, Cubone to Marowak, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and Lickitung. Then our Coughing, our Wheezing, our Chansey, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, and Tangela. And then we have our Horsey to Seadra, as well as our Kangaskhan EX. Our Goldeen to Seeking, Staryu, Starmie, Mr. Mime, Scyther, Jinx, Electabuzz, and Magmar. Magikarp to Gyarados, Eevee, and the trio evolution here for Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. Then we have our Pinsir, our Tauros, and our Lapras there at the bottom. Then we have our Ditto and our Porygon, our Aerodactyl, Snorlax. Then we have our Omanite, Omastar, Kabuto, Kabutops. Finishing off, we have our legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. And then we have our Dratini to Dragonite evolutionary line, and Mewtwo to Mew EX. So now jumping into the trainer cards, we have our Dome Fossil, Helix Fossil, and Old Amber, our Big Air Balloon, Bill's Transfer, and Cycling Road, Daisy's Help, Energy Sticker, Erica's Invitation, Giovanni's Charisma, Grabber, Leftovers, Protective Goggles, and Rigid Band. So now we're jumping into the full art, which is our illustration rares here. We have our Caterpie, Pikachu, Nidoking, Psyduck, Poliwhirl, Machoke, Tangela, Mr. Mime, and Omanite, Dragonair, Alakazam, Zapdos EX, Erica's Invitation, and Giovanni's Charisma. Then we have our Full Art EX, which is our Arbok, Alakazam, Jinx, Ninetales, Golem, Zapdos, Wigglytuff, Kangaskhan, Mew, Bill's Transfer, Daisy's Help, Erica's Invitation, Giovanni's Charisma, and then our gold cards here at the bottom. our Mew EX Switch, and Gold Psychic Energy. So now we're on to our promos, the additional stuff that I've included in here. We have our Cosmofoil promos from the poster collection, our 151 Bulbasaur, GameStop Charmander, Pokemon Center Squirtle. We have a Journey Together Pikachu and Eevee, and then we have our EB Games Charmander. We have the Abra Kadabra Alakazam from the Alakazam EX box, our Zapdos EX box, Snorlax from the ETB. This is the metal card from the Ultra Premium Collection. Then we have our Mewtwo and Mew. Those are technically promo cards, but I just threw them into the set. Then we just have our standard energy, just common energy. I found this and thought it was interesting, so I just threw it in. But then we have our regular foiled energy. So this is without the swirl. These regular energies here, and we'll take a look at them later on. Then we have our swirl energy, and you can kind of see some of these swirls right there. Then finally, here are all the commons, just in Pokedex order. So we can kind of just skip over those. And then at the very, very back here, we have our unopened, sealed 151 packs here. So I just kept a few on hand. I thought that would be cool to kind of complete the binder as well as the player's guide. So now let's jump into the deep dive into some of the more interesting illustration rare cards. Something I've noticed, these sleeves, they kind of mask the texture here. So let me pull this out so we can really take a deep dive and see. I mean, look at the texture on the wing. You can kind of see the texture on the wing here, and on Charizard himself. But let's see if we can catch some of that. So you see all of this texture on this card, the kind of rainbow foiling going on. It really, I think it's hidden by the sleeve. But if you can take it out of the sleeve, you can really start to see why some of these cards are worth what they're worth, because the detail, look at that in the wing right there. You can see all of that ridge texture on Charizard himself, and we can continue to swirl in and just take a look at the background there. Okay, so the next one here is the Venusaur EX. Once again, we'll just take this kind of out of the sleeve here. This card really has great artwork, really, really great texture. You can see the different hollow pattern on his eyes here, but really, really nice. Look at the flower. So the flower has that texture. Really, really, really cool card. Once again, same rainbow foiling, but the scenery here is a very nice Venusaur scene, stomping around in some forest here with all the flowers. Really, really nice. Now I want to take a look at Blastoise. I even have this one kind of double sleeve, so I'm going to pull this out here. I don't know, they kind of did Blastoise a little dirty here. Charizard got to fly through a beautiful canyon at some type of sunset, up in the air. Venusaur, as we saw, was stomping around in the flower jungle. Blastoise is, I guess he's doing some underwater diving in here. Is he gasping for air? There's these air bubbles coming up. Still a nice card, but I think they just missed the plot here with Blastoise, and I even have my original Game Boy game here as well. And Blastoise, I mean, same attitude, definitely the same face there, but I don't know what scenery they were really going for here. Still very nice card, great texturing as we can see here, rainbow foiling, if we catch it in the light just right. Yeah, very nice card. Now I gotta show off Pikachu here in his illustration rare. So really cool scene. We have Pikachu. We can see a Butterfree in the top here, a little Nidoran. There's Blastoise in the background, I guess, shopping for some vegetables. And we have Psyduck and Growlithe, Jigglypuff, and what looks like maybe a Gengar there. But really cool. You can still see the texturing, but this is more of a foiling illustration rare from what I can see. You can see we get this nice rainbow glinting there. We'll just do one more deep dive on these illustration rares here. We have our Zapdos EX card. So it's the legendary bird trios. So Zapdos, we have Moltres, and then we have Articuno in the background there. But this has that very nice texturing on the card, very nice scene, most importantly. All three of them flying off. They don't, usually they don't really hang around with each other, but this is a really cool scene to see them all together. Okay, now I wanted to show off kind of the differences between the two energies. So we have our standard foil energy here without the swirling, without the Cosmos swirl. And then on the left side here, you can see we have a swirl here, a swirl here. So that's why we have those two energies in the set, because some have the swirl, some were printed with the swirl, some weren't. So the difference between the two, just have both in the set, really kind of completes it. Alrighty, that will wrap up the video. Thank you all for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be putting out more content in the future, so definitely if you enjoyed this, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Thanks.